Okay, definitely gotta let that cool first. Y'all remember that cucumber sandwich joke from season 1? I figured I'd try some peppermint tea. What's up guys, gals, non-binary pals? My name is Cody Hansel and I'm your Raven leader for this expedition into season 2. For those who haven't seen my season 1 video, Hilda is a phenomenal show with great characters, art, and a crew behind it that takes it to the next level. I'm not gonna lie, going into season 2, I wasn't personally convinced that it could top season 1. The portrayal of the world, the artwork, the overall feeling was so unique and so well honed that I was convinced that nothing could top it in my eyes. And where does season 2 end up? Coming fresh off the 13 Days of Hilda, a project I did for my Twitter and my Instagram, my love for the show was cemented and my respect for the crew had grown quite a bit, especially for the writers and the various artists on the team. Many of them happily came back for season 2, but we get even more new faces, some like Darren Rawlings, Jeff Biddle, Erica Schnellnart, Garrett O'Donoghue, Brian Com, Gabe Pulliam, Tim McKinnon, and many, many more who that's a long list. Their talent shines through once again, expanding on the world and characters excellently while maintaining and improving upon the series' storytelling. Ow, ow, ow. Why did I make tea? Oh God. This is not a well planned out bit. Huh. Ooh. Yeah, I like that way more than the cucumber sandwich. Ooh. Ooh. All right, Hilda, you're on something with that one. Just a heads up, from here on out, there's going to be some spoilers. Nothing crazy. There's just some characters and elements that were expanded on, and there's going to be some light spoilers needed for that. So, if that's a problem, watch the show and come back. If not, stick around. First and foremost, we get some new characters, like Eric Alberg, descendant of the founder of Trollberg, who seems pretty cool at first, but psych? He actually just wants to be praised constantly in the worst ways. We also get Deputy Gerda, who's loyal to him to a fault in the beginning. Then we have the Bellkeeper, who's our new unnamed character of vague interest who has a couple of similarities to Hilda, nothing crazy. He's framed early on as a bit of a foil to Hilda, but him and Eric quickly flipped that role in the first episode. On top of that, we get a big world building reveal that no one would have expected from the trailers with the introduction of full-on witches, of whom the librarian, Kaisa, is a member of. We also now know the librarian's name. On top of that, I love the 3 head witches of like the Witches Accord. I think they're hilarious, especially her. She's great. I love her. Beyond that, we get some more information on trolls, elves, ghosts, more nonsense like that. But I'm going to let you guys deep dive into that with the series. We also get some solid growth in a lot of our characters. I'll get to Hilda later, but for now, let's start with Frida and David. Frida had a pretty good amount of focus on her at the end of season 1, but she maintains her personality, but ends up becoming a witch in this season. This gives her not only more to do in the show, but Frida can now come in and do cool stuff with magic, and she does. A lot, actually, leaving all the problem solving not just to Hilda doing adventuring stuff, but now Frida can participate with her witchiness. It's very, very cool. David also gets the spotlight for a solid number of episodes, particularly where the episode where Vangel returns. He follows his gut again and has to take a more active move to thwart her schemes. Also, Vangel comes back, and her whole theme of using technology and spirits together to better humanity gets taken to a bit of an extreme, with some really intense consequences, which is a theme this season, like crazy intense consequences that lead to some potentially cool stuff in future episodes. But back to David real quick. He also spends like a whole episode trying to conquer his like characteristic fear, not realizing just how much of an asset that is to the team. And it's probably the darkest episode in the season. Well, maybe the Time Worm. The Time Worm might actually be a little bit darker. This season's dark. Not even just dark. This season has some truly scary themes and moments in it. There are a lot of occasions where our characters contend with really intense scenarios and situations that could have some really cool payoffs. In season 1, everything felt like optimistic and uplifting. You know, it focused on showing us the beauty of the world, the beauty of nature, and what it means to be selfless in the pursuits of protecting that stuff. In season 2, most of the time we get endings similar to that, but this season is almost more somber, more sad. Like, never in season 1 did I get pushed to the point of like tearing up or choking up. In season 2, I got like solid choked up twice and full on cried once. And it was all because of the amazing writing and acting. The Twig episode legitimately destroyed me. I seldom see shows manage to make me feel very sad. Although, to be fair, it's becoming more of a frequent thing. I'm getting emotionally susceptible to things a lot more often now. Don't know why. Am I getting softer? Am I a baby? Was my dad right? If I watch that episode again, will it make me cry? I see baby Hilda for like 2 seconds and I immediately was like, I could feel it starting. I don't like this. God, I love that. I love that so much. That like fun, jovial little scene and then sheer terror in Joanna's face. Oh my God. Oh, it's so good. No. Okay. It didn't get me full on crying. It didn't get me crying. We're okay. I don't have to stop filming. I don't have to take a moment. I don't have to take a beat. This season pushed the emotion of the characters so far. So far. And it's, oh God. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Let's finish this video up, huh, shall we? I'm not gonna lie. I was nervous after the first episode of season 1. Not because I thought that the show's quality had really dropped or anything. It felt different from what I was used to Hilda feeling like. Hilda felt off to me, the character herself, in the beginning. She seemed more deceptive and underhanded in a way that she didn't feel like in season 1. That and her relationship with Joanna seemed to be pushed a little bit more than it was as well. The first thing we see between the two of them is Hilda lying to her and Joanna obviously doubting it. As the season goes on, their relationship gets pushed harder and harder, almost to the breaking point at times. It wasn't until I started thinking about the reason why Hilda was lying. It's obvious in retrospect, but what the writers did was push her personality. She's still the selfless lover of nature, with nothing but the best intentions to always do the right thing by nature or by her friends. But now she's also constantly trying to keep her mother from worrying about her. For her, it justifies the lies. And Joanna obviously feels hurt and betrayed, but she believes she was in the right. It's a gray area, and it's something that especially younger viewers need to be introduced to early. Her intentions were always good, but does the end justify the means? And it's not like Hilda doesn't feel bad. It was clearly eating at her. In chapter 10, The Yule Lads, we get this scene.
Do you think I'm naughty?
Of course not, sweetheart. You're a good girl. Sure, you do the wrong thing sometimes, but we all do. That doesn't make us bad people. It just makes us people.
Hilda is still herself, but she's obviously pushing her boundaries. Alongside that, Joanna's obviously at her limits. She gets visibly frustrated and distraught more often and even punishes Hilda, something that we didn't see in season 1. We see her really struggle as a single mother and the pressure that puts on her. All this culminates and builds up over the season, forcing Hilda to take a hard look at her actions and how they impact her mother. It's heartbreaking to see, especially whenever you see Joanna kind of having a breakdown in her car, but heartwarming when we see the resolution in the season 2 finale and that cliffhanger. Ooh. Okay. That's all you're getting from me. That's all you're getting from me. If you want to know what's going on, go watch the series. It is an absolute piece of art and I can't recommend it more. I mean, this is my 4th Hilda video this year. It's that good. I've watched the series, the whole series, season 1 at least, front to back, 3-4 times this year, and I've already rewatched season 2. The soundtrack is full of bangers, of course. The crew is amazing. The cast is excellent, and it's evident that we're getting at least a little bit more. I mean, we got like one more unnamed character to learn about. This cucumber sandwich, peppermint tea drinking dude with a bit of blue in his head. Blue in his hair. who sees Joanna with Hilda but doesn't like approach her to introduce himself or talk to her. He just gives a look and walks away. Everybody, thank you for watching. And again, please give Hilda an honest chance. It is a phenomenal show. Remember to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, follow me on Twitch, where I do the Animation Talk Show every week, Sunday at 4 p.m. Central Time. We're on a little bit of a break while we're waiting for news to ramp back up at the beginning of the year. And 2020 has been a year. It has been an absolute mess of a year with seemingly countless lows. And we're going into 2021, and as hard as it is to be, I want to be optimistic about it. As far as the world as a whole, we can only hope that people try and be better. And to talk on something that I feel at least a little bit more capable of doing so, animation and animated series seem to be getting stronger and stronger every year. We have a lot to look forward to in 2021. And I hope you all will join me for the ride. Thank you again. Peace.